Hello, Cosmic Family. This is Orion Starseed, and I just thought this song was real pretty, and I thought it was befitting for the next horoscope because the next horoscope that I'm doing is Taurus, and their predictions for 2019 January. And one thing about Taurus that I do know is that Taurus is an earth sign, and so they're definitely grounded. Grounded meaning like they are grounded, like they're more like home-based, homebound. They love family. They're more like traditional, conservative. They love their family. But one thing about them, their ruling planet actually is Venus, and Venus is Aphrodite. And if you know anything about Greek mythology, she was the goddess of love. Love, that means that Taurus is mainly governed by a female goddess, which is female energy. So definitely, I thought that song was just befitting for Taurus, all about love, love. But one thing about their keyword with their sign is to possess. Now, see, there's sometimes women can, there is a beautiful side to women. Okay, Aphrodite was beautiful. I mean, she had it going on. She was all things lovely, nice, sugar and spice and all things nice. But Aphrodite was a woman, and there is a, you know, like a good girl gone bad. Yes, like there's a downside, evil side to women as well. I hate to say that, but there's a balance. I hate to say evil too. I would just say a negative and a positive, light and dark. And with women, there is a dark side to women, and you know, to possess, women can be very possessive. Tauruses can be very possessive, especially in relationships. Especially in relationships. You know, women can be very possessive, Taurus women. I can't even take away from the two. Normally, I would say one is more than the other, but I see Spirit showing me that you know, mostly in both. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. And their, I want to say, what is their, oh yes, your tarot card is the Hierophant. Now this is where I say about how everything is conservative. Sometimes with most Tauruses, not all, this may not be for some, but this is just a general aspect of Taurus. The Hierophant is all about, like religious order, like the Pope almost, like, you know, like religious order, morals, you know, rules, regulations on a moralistic, religious, not spiritual, but religious. And then on the flip side of the Hierophant, it could be someone who is spiritual versus religious, you know. So Tauruses are basically, they always have a faith in something. You know, you're faith-based. So most Tauruses are faith-based. The women I see mostly in churches, especially my own color. I don't like to say melanated because I learned that actually melanin, the word melanin did not exist. Actually, our color within dark people is carbon, and that is the key. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But anyway, so most of my people, you know, especially women, are in the church. So I see a lot of my people, my females, Taurus women, to be, you know, faith-based, and there's some that's spiritual. And when they are faith-based, they take it, not extreme, but they take it all the way. You know, if they're Christian and they follow, like, the Christian beliefs, Taurus people I see in my head, they go all the way. They don't half-step. They keep going with it, and it's forever. It's their life, their lifestyle. And some who do not believe in any of that, again, with Taurus, it's like you're either or. There's no in-between with y'all guys. So that's what Spirit was showing me. So I just wanted to see what was going on. What is your predictions for 2019, January, in regards to love, finance, and let's see here. And just the general aspect, like the feel, the energetic feel. And so just when I say finance too, that could be in anything with career. Doesn't necessarily have to mean your coins, your shmoney. It can mean like career. You know, if there's any changes in your career, I just wanted to throw that out there because sometimes when spirit speaks, and spirit speaks fast to me, so when I feel like I'm just going blah, 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 sometimes I see things in my head, I see snapshots, or sometimes it's like someone speaking really quickly and I'm just trying to interpret it really quickly, and I'm still working on that. Again, I'm still new to the game on this spiritual world. But it's always been there, as it has always been in all of us, but we just have to, you know, just awaken to it. But anyway, so I just see a lot of things in my head, and spirit will show me not just the money, but sometimes it could be like career, or like if you're in a relationship and like say the significant other's career is changing, like I see things like that, like something that's connected to you involving money. Anyway, just wanted to throw that little tidbit out there. So what is going on, your predictions for 2019? What is the feel of the beginning of your year, 2019? Let's see what's going on with that. All right. Okay. All right. So in regards to relationships, I get the Tower card. Let me show you that. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. The Tower card. All right. All right. So in regards to career, finance, I see the Justice card. So I see, okay. I know what Spirit's telling me. And then all around, I get the Lover's card. So let me pull my other deck to see what Spirit is trying to tell me about each one of those cards. I mean, I get the feel of the Justice card. I'm feeling like there will be some Taurus in 2019, the year of, maybe not the beginning, but around the year of, maybe, I don't know, in the year of 2019, maybe not in January, but in the year of 2019, going into 2019, there may be some legal summing, there may be some legal difficulties coming to some Taurus individuals. So I just want to throw that out there. That's what I'm hearing in my head. I heard that as soon as I threw that card down. So I just wanted to say that real quick before I just lose it. Anyway, so, okay. So in regards to, okay, let me show the card that I just threw down. So this is the four of swords, okay? That's the Four of Swords. And this is in regards to my clarifying card, and it was in the downright. So this is in regard, I'm just looking at it, in regards to the Tower card that I got for you, in regards to relationships. So this could mean also, and just to give you another information, sometimes Spirit shows me with love. Love can mean anything that's connected to, like, anything that is dear to you. For, like, example, family. If I see anything with family coming up, like friends, or anything like that. Anything that's connected to you in an emotional way. So what I'm seeing is, okay, so the feel that I'm getting, Spirit is showing me that there's going to be some Taurus, and I'm feeling there's going to be some Taurus relationships that where there's going to be, I'm seeing an unwelcome guest. That's what I'm seeing in my head. That's what I'm seeing when I see this Tower card right here. See this Tower card? See how, like, there's two people in the card. In my head, I'm just looking at it anyway. But I'm seeing like an unwelcome guest, and it's going to, an unwelcome guest. You know, it's going to be an awaken, like a major transformation. It's going to be like a crisis. It's going to be a surprise to you. Something in relationship. I see it like there's going to be some relationships where there's going to be some Taurus that will find out. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it like Spirit says it in my head, so it might not resonate to all, but I'm just going to say it just straight out, what I'm hearing in my head from Spirit, that there's going to be some Taurus relationships where there will be indiscretions from their lover, their partners. I'm hearing in some marriages, that's why it's such a shock big, huge, major transformation. I don't think it's going to be like some little relationship that you've been together for like 4 or 5 months, because it's like a major shock is what I'm hearing in my head. So this is going to affect like family. It's going to affect the home. The home is what I'm hearing Spirit saying. So there's going to be some major revelations. But then also Spirit is telling me that these are some issues that you probably already knew from 2018. And it's kind of like now in your face, to where it's like, yes, it's happening. And then there's going to be some that it is just going to be a straight surprise shock. So just be mindful of that. Wow. So I do see that for some Taurus. Taurus relationships. Not all, again, that may not resonate for all, but I do see some Taurus relationships. And I'm seeing like major. So when I see major, I'm not seeing like, you know, a 21-year-old dating like a 25-year-old and they have no kids but like 2 dogs, and it's like, oh, now we gotta move out of our apartment. We're just, no, I'm seeing like major, like where children are involved, and there's gonna be some, you know, some tough times. It's gonna, you know, some really tough times for some Taurus people. But it's going, but for what Spirit is telling me, this has to happen. Okay, so for every evolution to happen, there has to be some like pain. Like, for example, when a woman gives birth to a child. Like, okay, so while she's giving birth to a child, it really does hurt. But when she gives birth to that child and she looks at that child, she's like, oh, wow, it was all worth it. So that's what it's like, a birth pain that you're going to have to go through. Some Taurus is going to have to go through. They have to. There's going to be some legal problems, but everything's going to be fine. You have, I get the Star card. See that? So, but there's going to be some divine favor. So they're like, I remember how I went back to saying like your tarot card is the Hierophant, which is some is very religious, but, or maybe they not be, they could be very spiritual. So I'm seeing that there are some Taurus people that will maybe have some legal problems, but you will be okay, because there is some higher power, like angels working for some, that's going to work this out. And I'm seeing this, it could be, I don't know. I mean, that's the feel that I'm getting. I don't know why that came up in that feel, but I'm seeing that legal problems may happen for some Taurus people, and but they're going to be fine. You have your guided light, your guided angels, the star. See the stars looking over, and it's late at night. Late at night, you can't really see what's going on, but those stars are watching over you. So it's like divine intervention. So you should be fine when these legal problems take effect. Also, I see the Lover's card. I'm hearing bad choices. What bad choices? What bad choices, Taurus? It's saying be careful, Taurus. What is why is Spirit saying be careful? What bad choices? All right, so go to 2019. What bad choices is Spirit speaking of? That's what I'm seeing in my head. Bad choices. Bad choices for what? For what? I got the Sun card. Okay, so this is what Spirit's telling me. Okay, there's going to be some choices, or there's going to be some I'm not going to say decisions, but some actions that might take place because of ego. And Spirit is saying, and you know, going into 2019, you know, be focused and keep your head on straight. You know, think before you speak. It's saying, you know, bad choices in regards to, you know, not being egotistical. You know, putting your pride to the side, because Tauruses are very, very proudful. Very can be, because my father was a Taurus. Oh my God! Now that's not a story I would like to tell you about. I mean, there's some good times, but we had way more. We had way more many bad times than we had good times. But it's more about arrogance. Put your arrogance and your ego to the side, okay? And I'm hearing this involves your work. Is what Spirit is telling me. Involves work. Put your arrogance and ego to the side. What's more important, your family, and making sure your family is cared for, or your pride? You know, that is what Spirit is telling me going into 2019. Like, we need to think before we act. I mean, granted, yes, you do have the, you know, the angels, but sometimes the angels are like, you know, hey, you got to put in some work here too. So think before you act is what Spirit is saying. Let that resonate with you all of 2019. Don't just act, because even though you are earth signs, my father was very fiery. And the funny thing about Aphrodite is, what did it say? It was like they really didn't take her seriously because like she always had like a bad temper, very fiery, and so it's like she didn't think, before she acted. So that, going back to Venus and Aphrodite and whatnot, and they didn't take her seriously because of her ill temper. You want to get your point across, fine, but at the end of the day, you want to keep your job because you have a family to think about. So, or with anything, or you don't want to lose your wife or lose your husband, is what I'm hearing, or lose your family or something with family. Like, think about your family is what I'm saying. So just basically, yes. So there's going to be some major, some Taurus. It's not for all. This is what my interpretation of what Spirit is telling me. So going back into love, there's going to be some families that's going to get rocked a little bit this year. But Spirit is saying you have to go through hell to get to heaven. And that's what Spirit is telling me. And I think some of these Taurus individuals know. Y'all know. These aren't the ones that just like, oh. These are the ones that know they've been going catching hell like all 2018. And some may be surprised I'm hearing there's going to be a shock. But these are ones that you still knew. Like, intuition is key here. Come on, guys. And then I'm seeing there may be some legal problems in 2019. But don't worry, you'll be fine. Also, think before you speak. Don't just act. Sometimes being quiet and being silent is your strongest strength ever. So just think before you speak, and put your pride to the side, and don't let arrogance win. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for 2019, well, the start of January. That's my predictions. All right, hopefully that helped out for the Tauruses. Hopefully it resonated with a few. All right, guys, peace and light.